Writing a research paper can be incredibly daunting and intimidating, but with good planning, it's much more possible. The first step to a good research paper is topic selection. When selecting a topic, it's important to consider multiple factors. You want a topic that's unique, interesting, and something you're passionate about, but also not something overused, such as abortion or paying college athletes. The next step is to begin your research. When doing your research, you want to learn as much as possible about your topic and begin to organize your thoughts and arguments that you're going to present in the paper. Now, when you're doing your research, it's important to keep track of your sources so that you have them later for your bibliography. Once you have your research done, you can begin to outline and plan your essay. So when you're doing an outline, you want to write it in the format of your essay. So you want to start with an intro. And in the intro section, you would include a hook, which would be a grabbing sentence, something to grab the reader's attention and get them interested in your paper. And then also in the intro, you would introduce your arguments. And then finally, you would include your thesis. And your thesis is your overarching statement of your argument. It tells you what you're arguing in the paper. And then after your intro section would come your body. And in each body paragraph, you would include a different argument. And then you would develop that argument and use different resources to support you and back up that argument. You'd also want to, in the body section, note which sources you're going to use for each piece. So you have your research and your arguments organized before you start writing your essay. And then your conclusion would come next. And the conclusion would basically re-summarize your other arguments and basically leave the reader with a final thought, something to take away from it. The final thought should leave the reader with a final understanding of your argument, and they should walk away agreeing with you if your paper is successful. After your outline is complete, you can begin to write your paper using that outline as your guide. Now, when writing your paper, you want it to be clear, concise, and coherent, while also making sure you're staying on topic and focused. In your paper, you need to include in-text citations whenever you reference any sources that you found in your research. In-text citations in MLA format consist of the author's last name and then the page number. However, if you included the author's last name in your paper while speaking about the citation or about the work you're referencing, you don't need to include the last name again. Once your paper is written and you're happy with it, you can move on to your bibliography. Now, your bibliography should be organized alphabetically by each citation, and the first line of each citation should be indented. And at the top and the center of that page should be written "Works Cited" to label the page. For your bibliography, I would recommend using a citation maker such as EasyBib, which will create all the citations for you. After your bibliography, you need to review your essay and have other people read it as well so that they can give you feedback about what works and what doesn't, and what makes your essay successful. During this time, you can make any edits to your essay and put the finishing touches on a good. So in conclusion, the first step to writing a good research paper is selecting a good, interesting topic that isn't overused, that you're passionate about. And then afterwards, you want to start to do research where you formulate your arguments inside your head and And then once you have your research done, you can begin to do your outline where you organize your thoughts into how you want them written in the essay. And then using that outline, you can write your actual paper and remember to be clear and concise and stay on topic. And then make sure to include in-text citations and a bibliography at the end.